What's going on, guys? My name's Hayden. I'm here today to talk to you, and I wrote a whole entire book about this, the difference between real estate flipping versus real estate investing. Okay, so I'm going to get into this, and I'm going to offer you my book for free. If you've already read it, that's great, but I have a new metaphor today that I want to share with you that explains, in my mind, the difference between flipping and investing. Okay, so for a second, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to think about the difference. First, I want you to imagine yourself with a 5-gallon bucket out in the pouring down rain. Okay, so your goal is to fill this bucket up as quickly as you can. Okay, so you have this bucket, it's dry, and you go outside and it's a hot day, it's 95, and you're standing there and you're just waiting. You're waiting for it to rain. And you need to fill your bucket up, okay, because you want a bucket full of water. And you're out there, you're standing and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting for the rain to come. And the rain doesn't come. And you wait a day, and you wait 2 days, and you wait 3 days. Still no rain. Okay, versus I want you to think if you lived right by a river, okay, and there's always water flowing through the river constantly. Okay, and whenever you want water, you can just take that bucket and you can go over and you can dip it down inside the river and pull out a bucket of water. Okay, and that's how I think about the difference between flipping and the difference of investing. Okay, whenever you're flipping, you're waiting for a one-time event, aka the rain, to fill your bucket up. And in this metaphor, the bucket is your bank account and the water is money. And you're trying to fill your bank account up with money. And in order for that to happen, you need for the rain to come down, you need for your house flip to sell, you need for somebody else to buy your house. And if somebody doesn't buy your house, if it doesn't rain, then your bucket never gets filled up. You could have all this money, it could be the best flip, the best numbers in the entire world, but if somebody doesn't come through and buy it, if the rain doesn't occur and your bucket doesn't get filled up, you don't have any money. Versus real estate investing, in my mind, is whenever you have a constant stream of income, a reliable stream, just like a river that's constantly flowing. Whenever it rains, the river gets higher and more water comes through there. And whenever there's a drought, the water level drops, but there's still always a stream coming through there. And that's kind of equivalent to real estate investing, because you can have great months when there's tons of income and little expenses, and you have huge amounts of cash flow. And there can be other times when you have, unexpected expenses and a couple people don't pay their rent and you have less cash flow. But the thing is that the cash flow, when you buy it right, is always there. And you can always go and scoop your bucket full of water whenever you need to. So as a metaphor, that's the difference between flipping and investing. In my mind, it's waiting for something to happen that I can't control versus depending on a reliable flow that will always be there for me. Okay, now just to get a little more technical to be all about it, the other differences is that flipping, there's no tax benefits. We talk about this. There's actually tax consequence. Because if you're flipping and you're doing it right, as in you buy the property and you sell it in less than a year, this is going to be treated as ordinary income, which is taxed at the highest rate possible. Okay, that's not good. Okay, investing, there are tax benefits. Okay, we can use a proper real estate investment to actually pay no money in taxes if we do it appropriately. If we know what we're doing with depreciation, we can pay no money through investing. So that's a huge benefit most people overlook. We're talking about a huge difference in your wealth over the long term. You get debt pay down. You get long-term debt. You get cheaper debt. Looks like I'm going to need a new marker. Cheaper debt, if you can read that. Okay, so whenever we're flipping, it sounds great to buy a property for $100,000, put $20,000 into it, and sell it for $170,000 to make money. But as we're seeing in this coronavirus, there are a ton of risks over here. Okay, lots and lots of risks. If we're depending on someone to come through and buy our house. Let's say we bought it at $100,000, put $20,000 into it. Now we're all in at $120,000. We're going to sell it for $170,000. What happens whenever the person who's going to buy our house gets hammered and they lose their job? Guess what? Now we've got to go out and find somebody else on the market. Well, what if there's nobody else on the market because everyone's lost their job and now nobody wants to buy my house? What do? I can't realize that profit, and I may be stuck holding that property not making any money on it and actually costing me money as I hold the property more and more. So there's a lot of risks whenever you're house flipping that you can't control, macro risks. However, when you're investing for cash flow, you can take all those risks into account. You can say, look, I know that the economy may go bad, and for that reason, I'm going to buy affordable housing because affordable housing does better in a recession. I may buy storage units because storage units do better in a recession. So whenever you're investing, yes, if you're investing in office space, retail, whatever it may be, you face some of these risks too, but you can control which risks you are and aren't getting yourself into in a calculated way. So for that reason, and of course, this has cash flow like a river. Okay. I love to invest. I don't like to flip. I have flipped. I don't do it anymore. I only invest because investing is the route of the wealthy. It is the route that whenever you reach the top of the real estate ladder, when you start at the bottom and you're climbing, your goal is get to the top to get residual cash flow. Okay? So listen, I wrote an entire book on this. It's called Skip the Flip. If you have not read the book, if you have read the book, drop a comment below. Tell me what you learned from it, if you liked it, if you didn't, and how it's impacted your life. If you have not read the book, I'm going to put a link below this video. You can go pick it up for free, digital copy on me, or you can go buy one, physical copy on Amazon. I'd invite you to come join our Facebook community. Go to haydencrabtree.com/community. Got a Facebook group you can ask questions about this. And in the meantime, I'd ask you to subscribe to this channel because I'm putting more videos out like this every single week, helping you become a professional real estate investor, growing your wealth. In the meantime, be great, make some action happen, do some great things. Don't sit on your butt. Don't be lazy. Get out there, do things, and you'll learn a ton on your own. See ya.